Hello, it's Jesse here. We're back working on the Triumph Trident, of course, and we're getting ready to put a new seal in there. We're in this far. We decided we just should put a new one in. Wouldn't hurt anything. So here we are, and then we're gonna get ready to put that 19 tooth sprocket on we were talking about in the last video. After looking at this one, of course, and comparing it to the teeth on this other sprocket, these are a lot farther gone than we thought. They're pointed, and the new sprocket, of course, is kind of a lot
you lay
nicer.
them teeth up there and you look at the difference. The circle in them. Like this. You look how wore this whole loop is compared to this other one.
Yeah.
This is worn.
And it wouldn't hurt because we're going to put a new chain on, and it's going to be an X-ring, I think we're going to run an X-ring 530 chain on here. So
That's the plan.
yeah, that's the plan here anyway. And
If we can't, well then we'll put a regular one on it. But we're going to try it.
Yep.
I've been told you can do it by other people that's done it.
so as we get ready to clean this up, some of this stuff up, yeah, we'll be right back. So we're here getting ready to remove the oil seal out of this retainer right now, and then get ready to press a different one in. So we found a socket or something here. Yeah, socket that was just big enough to pop it out, and it went right through. So that worked out pretty slick. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So
all falls apart pretty easy.
here's the.
Okay, it goes in this way.
Okay. And here is the new one.
This part is out. So this part goes this way. So we are going to put this back in this way. See here. Wow.
You able to put it in my hand?
No.
Oh.
But it almost makes me feel like I can, but I don't think so. I want to get it started square. There. There. I think it started square. Oh, I don't want it to tear the rubber. Okay. We'll get it back like I had it.
There you go. Yeah, you can
start pretty square. Okay. Now I want to set this on here.
Yeah, you just need to barely apply anything.
Yeah.
Otherwise it'll go right through again.
I don't know if this will fit. Nope. Oh. Get close here. I get it. There we go. Whoops.
There we go.
Well, I'm going to check it.
Yeah, of course.
It's a little high on this side. Put that over there so I can see it.
Feel flush now?
Yeah, it feels pretty level. You might have went a little too far. It was recessed just a little bit on both sides, like centered.
Like centered in the
Yeah,
unit.
and that's what it looks like right now. Looks
Cool.
pretty close, don't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it looks pretty good. All right, cool. So we got the gasket surface all nice and clean here, ready to go. And then we have a new gasket on our piece over here, ready to go on. And we're just cleaning up the screws right now. And then we'll be ready to pop this on there. All right, so right now we're greasing the gasket, like the book says. And then both sides of it. It'll allow it to seal, but yet be able to be removed someday down the road. If we need to. Hopefully not, but you never know.
Someday.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Yeah. Somebody, yeah.
Somebody. Hopefully not us.
Yeah, really, right.
I put this together. I want it to be together.
Yeah, that's usually the goal here. So then after that, we'll work on putting some grease in the seal, because you got to grease the seal before you don't put it on dry like that. So, yeah, we'll be doing that.
I put grease on it. I could oil it. It don't matter. The grease will get dissolved anyway. Okay. Plus, this holds the gasket in place.
Oh, yeah, that too.
So, putting the rounded side of the gasket towards
the cut. The cut, when they cut it, the rounded part of the cut.
Yeah, towards this here, and the flat side, it's not quite going over this lip. There it goes. See it?
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't quite over there. It is.
It's like a metal lip.
It's tight, and I didn't have it quite in the right spot. Dang it.
Well, I don't rip it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a machined lip there that this gasket like rides right up against.
Well, they stamped it, yeah. Okay, there. There, it's in there. See it?
Yep. I think we can see that.
Okay.
Edge.
It's down on the edge all the way around it now.
Yep, okay. Yeah, we're about ready to put this on there. We just got to put some stuff in the seal lip now.
I don't like putting a seal in dry.
No.
Okay. Also got to be careful not to scratch it. Okay. Before I just lay it there now, I want to put a little blue Loctite on the screws. Just a dab, just a little. Just a taste. Okay.
And if you do it on the very tip, it'll pull it all up there when you thread it in anyway.
Okay, here we go. I don't think there's a difference on where it goes.
It looked pretty,
I think it's equal screws.
Yeah,
I didn't check that out earlier.
yeah, it looked equal. Or,
I don't
symmetric.
think it's a one-way.
Or, yeah, like symmetric. Is that the word? Yep. Yeah, just get them tight, right?
Yep. There it is.
There we go.
It won't fall out. Okay.
Okay, so we're getting ready to put the sprocket on. So we got the parts here. We got an O-ring goes on there, you were saying, and then of course there's this little keeper
This
piece.
goes on. An O-ring goes into this bevel here. This bevel is very important. And this gear has got a groove machined into it. Not all sprockets can you put an O-ring in. In certain years they brought this out. I can't remember what year they changed it, but if it's got a groove here, it's made for an O-ring. And that's to seal when you tighten up the nut, that's to seal the oil from crawling and migrating through these splines. And then it's important that these tabs on this washer stick outward and not inward. If you put them inward, you trash the O-ring and bypass the O-ring. And then oil crawls out between the gear and each one of these, and they just leak profusely. So, very important.
Okay.
So, next step here is we are going to
Put the sprocket in.
we're going to put a little lube on the sprocket seal area.
Seal surface, yep.
Like I said, I don't want to trash the seal when I put it together. Cut it.
Yeah.
Or anything. I don't mind a little grease drippage. It'll go away. When I had this on earlier, it is hard to get this thing to go.
Yeah, at the end.
It is machined to a tight tolerance.
Yeah, at the last end of the last video, you're talking about this. So it just, you want it to be tight because otherwise it flops around and
Jiggles.
wears out, and then wow.
Yeah, I know. I had a heck of a time today when I messed with it earlier. It's like you get it lined up to a certain one and then away it goes. But that ain't the case. There. There it went.
All right, sweet.
Now you can see that O-ring groove, see?
Oh yeah.
Now the O-ring goes on here. And then we gotta walk it in here.
Yeah, we don't want the threads tearing it up,
Right.
scratching it, cutting it, or whatever.
Get it down in there.
kind of reminds me of that when we did a 4-speed rebuild for my 40 Harley. There was Andrew's gear has an O-ring like this.
Yep, just like it.
And then the original Harley gears didn't, so it was kind of an upgrade.
And then this goes up against it, see, and then that will actually push that O-ring.
Yeah,
and
so those
squeeze
go
it
in the splines of the
like that.
At the 5th gear, and
then the nut goes on.
Right.
And tightens it all up.
And then we have to bend it.
Now there is a seal here too on the end of the main shaft, but you know what? It's not leaking, and I'm not messing with it because I'd have to dig that out of there, take this out, and then drive in a new one, and I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
Normally you put those in when you put the 5th gear in, or unless it's damaged, and you can put them in later, but now we got to put the chain back on because we're going to have to use the brake.
We got the chain hooked up, this 19 sprocket. Of course, the chain was too short, so we had to bring the rear wheel forward just so we can get this to lock. That way we can use the rear wheel to lock this all up and allow us to tighten that up as tight as we need to get it to. So that's what's going on here.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
We gotta get this in here.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so we're gonna get ready to tighten this up. When we get it tight, we gotta fold one of these flaps over to lock that nut, of course. That's important.
There it is.
Alright, we got the rear brake all hooked back up again. I'm gonna apply pressure here to lock that rear wheel. Torque spec was 58 foot-pounds in the book, and we got it set for 60, so
That 2 ain't gonna matter.
yeah, so it should be good. And then, yeah, we get that torque down, and then we'll bend that tab, of course, we talked about. Yep, sounds good. And then, yeah, we got to make sure we don't.
All we got to
damage
do
nothing.
is just bend one of these over. It don't matter where.
Yeah, and there's this sprocket's recessed, so we should be able to get behind there with something relatively easy, I would think.
Channel locks will pull it. Can't get all in yet. No. Huh. How did they do that?
Probably like that. I don't know. Maybe a special tool. I'm not sure. Yeah. There you go. Just was in the wrong spot.
Get it good? No.
Well, yeah.
A little bit more there.
Yeah.
How's that looking? Yeah.
Well, I think it'll serve the purpose, but I mean, it's not as flat as you probably want it.
I felt it move.
Oh yeah, it's better than it was. So, okay.
Yeah, it's all the way over now.
Here we go. Now about ready to put the cover back on. Well, but I think we're gonna run the chain on first, probably, right?
Yeah, well.
I mean, we could fish it through, but. So we got the X-ring chain on here. We got it all linked together and riveted, and we're good to go. And we start rotating this chain around, and we came across a problem here.
Yeah, if you watch this real close, you're going to see that this sprocket, now we put a dial indicator on this, and we know that this main shaft is straight, and so is the, so the main shaft's not bent. But what happens is every half a turn, the chain gets really loose, and then the next half a turn, it gets guitar string tight.
Yeah.
See, right now it's tight. Now it's loose.
Okay, so what we notice here, or what we see,
Now it's tight.
we got.
If you watch it as I go, like you watch the chain, there's a bad spot in that sprocket. You can see it crawl wider and narrower.
Oh man, yeah, you can definitely see
The
that.
sprocket's no good. It's a brand new UK sprocket, and
For a Triumph Trident.
for a Triumph Trident, it's junk.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Makes
But
me mad.
yeah, because now we got to take all this off. We did a nice job of bending this and all that stuff, and we got to pull this off and put a different one on.
And we're going to put another replacement on there.
All right, so we're gonna go with this one.
And this one actually rolls on the chain really well. And so we will not have the same problem.
Well,
with
we're gonna
this
find
chain.
out. We're gonna take
Well, we
this
should.
sprocket out, and put that one on, and do this test again and see what we got. This is usually something you don't have to worry about testing, but we had a problem when we
went to set the chain tension.
Yeah.
All of a sudden it was tight, too tight. I was setting the 1-inch play. I mean, look at that. That's too loose. So I went to set the 1-inch play,
find our
and
different.
I couldn't roll the wheel over.
Right, because you got to rotate it until you find your tightest spot, right? And then yeah.
That's right here.
Then you went to go rotate it more, and then you came across a really loose
here.
spot.
Here's a tight spot.
Dang. Okay. Well, we're gonna work on
That's
switching
not
this
even
out.
an inch play. So that would cause severe vibration. The teeth, right?
So here's what we're talking
Daylight
about.
there.
We got
Here it's buried in all the way to the tooth, but here you can't push it into the tooth. See here?
yeah. It's just not
This
machined right.
tooth will not. Yeah, it's just the teeth aren't machined right.
If this sprocket ends up being good, then we have a faulty chain, which I
doubt it.
doubt it, but I could believe it. But I
It's
could.
every half turn.
It's really it's every half turn. So,
It's this sprocket.
but yeah, you can
It's
see
all
the
3 teeth.
you can see the gap in that teeth not lining up with the chain.
Yeah, you can see there's a gap here. I can stick a screwdriver in here. It should be way in there right now, and it starts in this one already. See, I can get it in there. And here it's in this one too. That one's out. This one here, it's up in, but this one, it's not. And 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 it should.
Right.
Should be.
All right, we're gonna start taking it apart.
This inside edge here on this tooth, and look how far off we are on the other side.
Oh yeah.
It should be lined up right now, and it's not. That means it's not the right size for the roller.
Wow. So if you hold this one still and rotate that one to a different spot, what's it look like then? Yeah, like that, like a good 90 degrees or something.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, so anyways, we got this apart, and we're about ready to put this other one on.
This one here.
This X-ring chain we went with, of course, is riveted on Masterlink, so it doesn't have that clip we talked about in the last video, but because a lot of chains nowadays are Masterlinked with a riveter.
Yeah, they're riveted.
Because that way you don't have a Masterlink clip thing fall off while you're riding. Because if it falls off while you're riding, there's about 2 ways the outcome's going to happen. You're either going to be lucky and shoot your chain out the back, or it's going to wrap around this sprocket and destroy everything in this
Break all
spot.
cases. And
Yeah, total the bike instantly.
I had that happen to a 650
650.
Triumph years ago. Yep, had it. It did it.
Yeah.
Masterlink came off. Chain wrapped up. Blew out the back. Or wrapped up around there. Knocked out a big chunk out of the top. Okay.
All right, we got the different sprocket assembled on here. We don't have it
Can't
tight.
tighten it.
Yeah.
Rivet it.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, yeah, we can't tighten it, like you said. We're about ready to rivet it over here, but we did rotate it around and we did not see the chain go up and down like it was before. It all stays true inside the teeth of that sprocket. So, all right, yeah, we're gonna just go ahead and rivet this. Like I said before in the last segment there, that was the worst part about the whole thing was we had to grind the freaking new chain to get that master link out.
Can I grease it? These are pre-greased normally.
And then put your X-rings on.
Yeah, then you pop an X-ring on there. It's better to have too much grease and not enough. Because it'll wipe off. Come on now. There.
Yeah, you gotta make sure that tool lines up in those rivet spots.
Okay. See if it's going together here. Yep, it is. Okay. See, this has got a groove in here and then this has got two holes. But the two holes won't start to negotiate till they pop through. I want to get it lined up good here. There. Okay.
Just front one guy come in here too. Looks like it's off a little bit.
Well, it will as soon as I get through there.
Okay.
Then see, right now it's flush, so you can't find a hole yet.
Yeah.
And I could do it on the other side, but the wheel's in the way.
Oh, cool.
So I gotta kind of find it. It's kind of and you can't turn these tools around, which is unfortunate. Start looking through there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Working on finishing this up here now and just press it the rest of the way.
Them rivets should come through there. I see the grease starting to squeeze. There you go, see it?
Oh yeah, yep. Okay, yeah, so that means that the main link has been pressed through and then now the joining piece there, that plate on the outside is now pressed up into the rivet. So now we can actually
Now I can rivet it.
smash those in. we'll be done with this part.
Yeah. There's a spring, and it's got a little rounded end. It's called the riveter. See, riveter. And it's round. And you put this in here, and you thread it in until it comes out up here. See, there she comes.
Yep.
And you got a rod that goes through here. So what we do now is it's sitting right here. So what we do is we run this in. You bring this in to where it's right up solid against there. Let me back up here a little
No,
bit
it's fine.
so you can
Well, okay.
so I can show you what happens. This is countersunk here, okay? So you get this up against
And
here.
you're locking that rivet into
And
that
you lock that, yes.
countersunk piece area.
So that way you know that you're centered on that. And make sure that's loose, and then you tighten that up.
Tighten into your
Well, you don't over
what you
tighten
want.
it.
Yeah, what you want for what you're checking for is you want to make sure that link is flexible.
Yeah,
Like the rest of them.
Yeah, and you make sure that you're on the deal, and then you run this in,
And this is gonna smash it.
and then you riveted it, and you just give it a little like that, and about a half a turn, and you back it up, and you come over and you do the other one. It doesn't look much different, but it just rolls the edges out a little bit so it can't ever come apart.
Right. There we go.
I know it doesn't look like it, but it's expanded a little bit.
If it's not expanded enough, you can always get back on and press more.
Oh, it's expanded enough.
Okay.
I gave it a half a round, and that's
Yeah.
all it's recommended to do.
You don't need to smash it until
No,
you split it.
they'll
and stuff.
break.
Yeah, they'll cut or
They
break.
will literally break.
Oh, okay.
You'll hear a loud pop, and then piece will break off. There's that hard. So all you do is just kind of bow it a little bit.
All right, now we'll just spin it real quick just to verify again here with the sprocket.
Look how nice that chain runs.
Yeah, it's a lot different now. We'll work on getting
And look how loose the chain is everywhere.
all right.
It changed completely. So now we got to torque this sprocket again and bend the washer over. As soon as I get my tool put away, that's what we'll do.
All right, I got the brake pressed down, and we're gonna torque that nut back down to 60 foot-pounds again.
Because that's what it calls for.
There we go. Now we'll just fold one of them flaps up a different spot because
A new spot.
yeah, because the other spot was mangled. So I mean, it's not damaged. It's just that
I straightened it.
this was a nice new piece when we did it the last time, and it kind of sucks we gotta do this again, but that's how it goes, I guess.
That's what
Yeah.
happens when you get faulty parts.
Yeah, I don't know. We just lucked out and saw there was a problem. I don't know if somebody else would have put one of them on and never known.
It runs really smooth now. Yeah, so we'll have to set the chain tension and go from there because it's way too loose right now. It's slap and bang on everything.
Yeah.
So next thing is I got to get my channel lock and bend the sprocket thing over. Where are we going to do it now? Well, it was done there.
Just a nice new spot. Oh,
Yeah.
there we go. New spot
Either
there.
place, right? If I can get it to start, see? Then I can get the pliers on it.
There we go.
I should be able to get onto it.
Hold that out of the way.
Yeah, it's in my way. It looks kind of.
Well, it'll serve its purpose. Take it to
Oh
corners.
yeah, it'll be fine, but I'd like to get it all
Flat across there.
everywhere.
There it is.
And in this corner yet. There. Yeah, it may not be real pretty, but it's over there, and the nut will never come loose. There it is.
Cool. All right.
Now we just got to tighten up the chain oil.
Yeah, we'll probably get that set up, and then we'll get ready to start putting these parts back together. With the chain set, the chain tension set, we're ready to put this cover on next, and then we'll work on
And the hub.
all that other stuff after we get that cover on.
We got the new seal in it. And I got the screws here. It's actually it's ready just to pop right on. And that's all we got left to do. I'll put a little bit of Loctite on all three of these, just because. You don't ever want these to back out because the clutch is right behind here.
Yeah.
It's a long ways in to get those screws.
Yeah, like we saw in the first video, we got to take a lot of stuff off. So, all right, we'll work on.
We'll use blue Loctite.
Yeah, we don't need to.
We don't need to kill it, but we just need to make sure it's nice and tight.
All right, well, we'll get ready for that part.